Hello, my name is Sylvia Martin. I am doing my presentation on Johnson and Johnson's company. I know originally I said I wanted to do my presentation on the advertising aspect of the company, but as I started doing more research and looking into more things, I kind of found the diversity and inclusion aspect of the company a little more interesting than the advertisement. Um, so that's just a little background on why I kind of changed the last minute. All right, so getting into it, the Johnson and Johnson Company, just a little bit of history, was founded in 1886 in Brunswick, if I'm pronouncing that right, New Brunswick, New Jersey, and it was founded by these three brothers, Robert Wood Johnson, James Wood Johnson, and Edward Mead Johnson. They went and they saw a speaker, and that kind of inspired them to start a company for like medical. I think their first thing that they created was some type of surgical dressings, like maybe gauze or something like that. They didn't really get into specific about the first thing that they created, but no, that's like was like their starting point was surgical equipment or surgical dressings. I'm sorry. Um, So again, I chose the diversity aspect of the company, and their vision statement as far as diversity goes is to maximize the power of diversity and inclusion to drive superior business results and sustainable competitive advantage in a dynamic global marketplace. And what I took from that vision statement is that they are striving to be like cutting edge as far as diversity. They want to always be on top of things. And they feel like if they are so diverse, that will give them an advantage with, an advantage over other companies similar to Johnson and Johnson. Um, and they also, they have implemented in their company, diversity and inclusion programs and different type of activities. The first one that I researched was the employee resource groups. Um, they're employee-driven groups that focus on shared interests and experiences. So they focus on like things that people have in common, or like in a specific, like type of group. They have like just like common factors, and they try to group those together. And they also, in the employee resource group, they provide support, networking, um, per, professional and personal enrichment opportunities so they can have some career development. Another aspect of the programs and activities is a mentoring program. They have many different ones. They have some formal and some informal. One of the formal ones is a web enabled service called Mentoring Works. Um, it's like, again, it's a web enabled service which aids in building the culture of inclusion. Um, the Mentoring Works program enables talent development, employee engagement, and it also makes it easier for the employees to connect with each other and kind of learn from each other from like different experiences or different things they experience day to day. Another activity or program that they have within Johnson and Johnson is called Diversity University. And Johnson and Johnson kind of feels like education is really important. Is I guess that the more that their employees are informed about diversity, the more like relationships can be better within the company. The Diversity University is an online website created to help employees build the skills and understand value differences and benefits of working together. The Diversity University has various guides, tools, and resources for self guided learning. They have like handbooks, they have different printouts you can do, just various things that you can do to help yourself and help others around you create, um, like kind of like bridge the gap between different cultures and different people, whether it's, black and white or men and women or um, straight or gay or lesbians. They try to give you all the tools that you need so you won't feel as if there's some sort of gap in But it's like there's no sort of gap in the communication. They want to keep the lines open. They want to make sure that everything is clear, and they want everyone, most importantly, to understand the differences and be able to learn from them and like create a gap, create a bridge, walk across the bridge together, holding hands like one big happy Johnson and Johnson family. Um, there's another also program called the Office of Diversity and Inclusion. It was created as a functional group within Johnson and Johnson to kind of drive diversity and inclusion to ensure the competitive advantage. This team also acts as a business catalyst that executes diversity strategies and keeps Johnson and Johnson on the top of the global marketplace. So they just always make sure that, hey, the newest things that are coming out as far as diversity, whenever there's something new coming out, or there's something that is really really good, and they want to make sure it's implemented within the company, so they can always have that edge. They can always be on top of the diversity game. They always want to be on top. Some awards that they have received. They have received the Working Mother Magazine Award. Again, I'm a working mother. I'm a full-time mom, and I work full-time, and then I'm also a full-time student. But in 2014, the Working Mother Magazine um, named them one of the best companies to work for if you're a working mother. So that was great. They also were awarded, or they were also recognized, I'm sorry, in the U.S. Veteran Magazine, like the Best of the Best award for making strides in diversity. Veterans come from all walks of life. If it's, Vietnam vets, the recent Iraqi war vets, but they're making so many strides with those guys, trying to bridge that gap between them also. So they were recognized in the U.S. Veteran Magazine. Also, the Hispanic Network magazine also recognized them as a top employer. So, not only are they on top of their diversity, but they make sure they hire out from all walks of life, whether you're Hispanic, African American, Caucasian, Asian. They make sure everyone across the spectrum is included, like they're hiring. It's not really like affirmative action, but I mean, I guess it kind of sort of is, but they don't do it because they have to. They are diverse in that way to where they welcome everyone. Let's see. And the conclusion is, oh, no, no, no. Yes, that's right. Yes, conclusion. I'm sorry. Um, they are in 60 countries. They have approximately 128,000 employees. I mean, that's from, again, all walks of life, gay, lesbian. Oh, I forgot one award. They did receive an award from um, they did receive an award from the, I'm missing something. Well, they did receive an award from the gay and lesbian community on like being, I guess, so diverse to create a bridge between those also. Um, And that is it. I hope you enjoyed my presentation. My works cited page is on the last one. I got the majority of my information from the Johnson & Johnson website, but I did get some information from other places. Thank you for your time. Thanks for listening. Have a great night.